time has come. I will deliver my message to the world, and soon the people will know the truth.
Who are you expecting? Nicolas Carpathia?
Hey, I know you. You're from that homophobic backwoods family that became insanely rich and yet somehow panders to the low-income and ill-educated of society.
Like most Christians, my family and I can truly say that we're excited about the soon return of Jesus.
The soon return of Jesus. Nice grammar there.
And I'm sure if you've been watching the news lately, you know that that return could be any day from now.
Any day now. Christians have been repeating the same noise since Jesus of Nazareth supposedly died. Why would it be any day now? Because it's during your lifetime. That's what makes this time so special to you. When the first Christians believed that Jesus would return during their lifetime, as alluded to in 1 John 2:18, they were obviously foolish, because it wasn't during your lifetime. When the 2nd and 3rd century Roman Christian theologians placed the second coming at about 500 years afterward, clearly they were wrong, because it wasn't during your lifetime. When many Christians stopped farming in 999 because they believed that there would never again be a spring, they were obviously wrong because it wasn't during your lifetime. There have been nearly 50 well-known predicted dates of the second coming, the majority being from the last 200 years, what with the advent of mass media. All of these people were arrogant enough to claim that Jesus will return during their lifetimes, and of course, they were all totally wrong. But you're not going to be wrong, right? What makes this time any special? Wars? Natural disasters? People killing each other? Nothing new to see here.
But what about those who may not even know about it? People who don't even know what's at stake. That's why I'm so excited to be part of the brand new Left Behind movie starring Nicolas Cage. It's an action-packed thriller that will take viewers on a wild ride through the day of the Rapture, when millions of believers will suddenly vanish into thin air.
It never ceases to amaze me that millions of adults, not children, but adults, really believe that one day a select number of human beings are simply going to vanish into thin air. I have no words to properly explain how insane I find that to be. This is the 21st century, the age of information and incredible scientific advancements. We understand the laws of physics, and yet we're supposed to believe that an almighty, all-knowing, all-loving creator of time, space, and the universe is going to one day abruptly turn off the sun, make a small percentage of people go poof because they were good God-fearing Christians, and leave the rest of the world to descend into chaos and death. No.
Warning to those, if it happened today, would be left behind. And I believe people are going to make that life-changing decision to follow Christ on the way home from the theater on October 3rd.
Don't hold your breath, Jethro. I can't seriously see this film convincing a thinking non-believer of anything more than just how incredibly gullible millions of people have to be to believe in stuff like this, any more than the Creation Museum could convince a non-believer. I mean, I could probably get into this film if it was being touted as just another apocalyptic science fiction flick, but you and the filmmakers and the writers are coming right out and saying, this is what's going to happen in the future. Just imagine the reaction that George Lucas would have had if he had promoted the Star Wars movies as having really occurred a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. That's what this sounds like to people like me.
Let's all make sure we bring some friends and family to see this movie. People who need to see to believe.
People who need to see to believe. A movie is seeing to believe? I guess that means Star Wars was real. You really don't have much of a standard for evidence for the supernatural, do you, Grizzly Adams?
Opening the door to unbelievers has never been this much fun.
Finally, something that we both can agree on.
Visit leftbehindmovie.com for more information, cool clothes, ministry tools, and group ticket sales. It's all there.
You mean buy stuff. As if pitching a Hollywood movie as fact isn't going to separate the vulnerable and superstitious from their money enough. How is it that the incredibly wealthy like you keep proclaiming yourselves to be such ardent, faithful Christians when you continue to ignore the commands of your Bible? If this film and the useless merchandise being hawked were really for the glory of God and for saving lost souls, then nobody would be getting paid. All proceeds would be donated to charity and to the poor. Wouldn't that be following the word of your Bible?
Left Behind opens nationwide on October 3rd. Are you ready?
No, there is no way I could see this film in a theater. I would very likely get kicked out for not being able to keep my mouth shut. I think I'll wait this one out until it's on Netflix. In the meantime, I find it hilarious that Hatfield McCoy here is playing into this idea that God sent Nicolas Cage to convert all of us godless heathens, since Kirk Cameron apparently couldn't get the job done. How exactly could a film like this move anybody to convert? If anything, the imagery alone would be repulsive to a rational person. What kind of a God would plan for such horror and suffering? What's the point? It's a rather evil concept, considering that this all-powerful being could just not do that. It makes me question the ethics of those who actually believe in the end times. How can they think that such a future is just? The thing is, most thinking atheists have already pondered these questions, and that's why this movie couldn't possibly convince them to forsake their intellect in favor of blind faith and scare tactics. So let this just be more reinforcement for the current believers, and fat material for Mel Gibson. Instead of bloopers, I'm going to remind you all that if you're interested in seeing more from me, I post on the Breakfast Club channel every Saturday. You can click on the link over there, above where it says Breakfast Club, and subscribe. You should also seriously consider following me on Twitter and adding me on Facebook. Links are below.